Hi friends, wizd here, welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. The turtles are here. So I'm so glad they have done this collab so well that there's a few points that I want to share with you. So what do you want to talk about today? I'll talk about the collab for a couple of minutes, just highlighting the points of how well they did it. Then we'll talk about the fusion. I hope you're going for the fusion that started yesterday. It's a great fusion with the cool factor of the Turtles event or even without it. So we'll talk about this for a minute and then we'll talk about the plan. How you can get all of them as free to play without paying money. Of course, if you pay money, it's going to be easier. And we'll talk about the schedule that Plarium released, how you can save resources at the right times so you can get all of them just by playing the game. So first of all, we're seeing Mikey here. So this is the guaranteed champion that we'll all have in a couple of days. They've done that collab so well. Let me show you one image here and I'll talk about multiple areas why I think they've done it so well. Look at this image. This is the loading screen for Raid right now. Look at how vivid the colors are. It fits with the collab. It fits with Ninja Turtles. So it's so well done. And then when you go into the game, so we have Mikey here, they've gave them aesthetics that fit within the game. And they've done something so smart, I haven't seen anyone talking about it yet. When I first heard about the distribution across factions, I didn't get it. But now it makes sense for me. Because what's happening here, what they assumed in the story is that all of the four turtles, they fell into different factions, different areas of Terraria, and then they are adapting to which area they fell into. So for example here, Mikey fell into Banner Lords. So you can see here that he got some weapons and shields, well, he got his weapon, but I mean, the shields are all Banner Lords and daggers, and he got the knee guards and everything. And then if you go, for example, to Donatello's fusion, he fell in the Barbarians area. Oh, so that's Raphael. Sorry, that's Raphael. So Raphael is way beefier. He's the hothead. He's the strong one. So you can see that he got Barbarian-like aesthetic here. Even his shell looks more Barbarian-like. So he's beefier, he's stronger, he fits with the Barbarians. And then if we check the other two, Donatello is in Lizardsman, so you'll see immediately when we check him out, that's the fusion, that he got bone armor, bone stuff that fits with the Lizardman, and the final one, the real big prize in Shadowken is Leonardo. So if you check Leonardo, Shadowken, he got the samurai sandals, of course he got his signature swords, and then he got samurai armor here around him. So it fits quite well. I'm not that excited about Shredder, to be honest. I haven't even tried the event dungeon yet. Shredder looks cool and he's the most fitting in game because he's just Shadow King. And the last one, of course, if we talk about her, also I'm not excited about her kit that much, is April. Where is April now? I thought, oh, she's Sacred Order? Yep, she's Sacred Order. Here she is. So April is okay. They are all useful. But what I like about how they did this collab is that the turtles are good. They gave us sort of a path to acquire them all because they will be limited time. So if you're asking me whether you want to go for them for the cool factor or the collector piece or not, yes, you need to do this. After these 2 months, you cannot acquire them anymore. It's like Ninja or Ronda or all of these champions. You're playing the game at this special time. 2 years down the line, you'll have champions that nobody else that started playing the game afterwards can get. Second thing is that their kits are so well made. They have synergy with each other, but also all of the kits are great. Mikey is the buffer that we'll get for free, and he is a solid debuffer. Now if we examine Donatello, even outside of Ninja Turtles, he's a very, very solid support champion, the fusion, and they're giving him to us as a fragment fusion, which is a bit easier. How many champions in the game can reset the team cooldown by 2 turns? Not many. So that's a rare skill, and overall he's a good support champion. I think he got a full team cleanse, doesn't he? I don't remember the kits off the top of my head first. Yes, he got a full cleanse with strengthen and continuous heals. He resets the cooldowns with increased speed, and then on his A1 he heals based on his HP. So that's a great support kit. I would say that the least exciting kit is Raphael because it's just damage dealing, but the real prize. So, and that's why when I tell you how we can get them all, I'm not even worried about getting Shredder. Yes, limited time and all of that, but the real prize that we should all save for is Leonardo. Leo, the Void Lego, he is a Void Lego. From the testings that I've seen, and I would recommend this video. So, Nubraids released a video, MTG released another video just a few minutes before I start recording. This video called Full Gameplay Reveal. So he's testing all of them, and Leo is one of the strongest hitting, probably he might be the strongest hitting defense-based damage dealer in the entire game. He wipes teams in Arena and in PvE. So Leo is the real top prize for this event that we should all save for. One last thing that I'll tell you about the fusion before talking about how we can get all of them. If you notice here, if you notice my shards from like the previous video that I've done, I'm very low on shards. I've done all of Champ Chase because there's Champ Training as well with green shards. So I'm only lacking 300 shards. Let's actually do this now. I'm only lacking 300 points. And what I would like to do, so only an epic here can get me those points. Come on, give me my epic. Okay, so I got the points. So this is a good time if you have silver, because this is going to cost you silver, to burn green shards, feed the champions to each other, and then get the points. So it cost me 10 ancients, and I'll start saving shards hard, because that's what we'll need to get Leo. Of course, if you have plenty of shards, it's a good idea to go for this 5,500 points, because that mythical relic material is so rare. So I'm doing this, for example, not here, but if we go to Dungeon Divers, for example, I need to go back to farming dungeons. So I'm getting the Lego, not the mythical one, but I'm going a little bit harder at events where I can get the relic material. Other than this, just grab the points and I'll start saving shards to get the champions. So you can save your shards if you have enough. I only had 2.5k green shards. If I had 3k, I would have done it completely with green shards. If you have thousands of green shards saved and time and some silver, you can do this as well. You can just burn the green shards and get the points and start saving your shards for the future events. What events and when they are hitting us, so we can start planning for them. So how we can get all of them as free to play just by saving resources and planning. Mikey will get as a freebie, so we don't need to do anything, but what we do need to do is to be active in game to get his 5-star soul. So that's Mikey plus his 5-star soul. Already a big win. Now let's go to Donatello. Donatello is the fragment fusion, so we'll just do the events and get Donatello, who is actually a very good champion, as I said, even on his own, outside of the limited factor or the cool Ninja Turtles factor. Third one here is that we'll have a Sword Master path from October 7th to 10th. That's when we can get Leo and his 5-star soul. Leo is going to be one of the strongest damage dealers in game. I love his kit and I love the champion. My favorite, if we talk about childhood, was definitely Donatello. He's the brains, I was a geek kid, so go figure. And then, but Leonardo is going to be the top prize, as I was saying, for this event. And this event, probably it's going to be shards. If it's going to be souls, we're already saving our souls for a bit, if you're following my advice. And then we have around 6 weeks, more or less, after the fusion is done, to save our shards. From clan boss, from any event in game or anything, don't spend any shards in the next 6 weeks after this fusion ends, so you can prepare for this very important event. To get him and to get his 5-star soul. Probably you'll need gems and energy as well. We'll definitely need gems and energy here because it does say dungeons. So that's for Raphael. Raphael is the weakest kit out of them, I would say. But then again, you have to get all 4 of them. So save your souls and your shards to get Leonardo and his 5-star soul. And save your energy and gems so you can get Raphael. I'll tell you what this will cost you in a minute. And then we have a Titan event that will be running in parallel probably with these two, where you can get April. April is also cool, but if I get only the 4 turtles, I'm happy. If I can pick her from the Titan event, I'm good. I won't mind that. So if you save your sources, it's not going to cost you money. What is it going to actually cost you? They will hit us with tempting events and you might need to skip the 2 coming fusions, whatever these are. Everything that they said here, it didn't mention anything about Shredder, so he's the only wild card, and usually they put him progressive and stuff. He's a Void Lego, so I'm not, like Queen of Hearts and Odin, I'm not looking forward to chasing him. I don't even have that many voice to chase him with, but if I get Leo, and his 5-star soul, I'm absolutely happy. This is a big win for me. I don't think it's going to be too hard if I save resources to get Raphael as well. So if I get all 4 of them, April will be a bonus, that's fine. I'm not worried about Shredder. If they do it in a way that we can actually get him without breaking the bank, that's also good. Back to my point, you might have to skip the next 2 fusions, even if they are good ones. Of course, they would like to deplete your resources, so if they have a good fusion, they'll put it in the next 6 weeks so that you're spending your gems, you're spending your energy and your shards, and you won't have enough when Leonardo event comes. But that's one of the other things that I love about how they are doing this fusion. They never tell us event, or they rarely do tell us those events 2 months ahead of time. So they are telling you from now. If you want Leo, who we already see from testing how strong he is, save your resources now. You need shards or souls, you need energy for Raphael, so you have 2 months to start saving. So the plan is pretty simple. Do the fusion for Donatello and immediately afterwards start piling all sorts of resources. Energy, gems, shards, soul stones. Save as much as you can because we'll need them and it's going to be a great event. For me personally, this is the best event they've ever done of this kind. Alice event was cool, but we were still in that area of I'm not telling you about the events, you have to guess with what resources you need and all of that. But this one they are telling us ahead of time. They are doing things way better now, and something else that I would like to highlight here, and that's what I wanted them to do for a while now. Getting the champions, especially the limited time ones, like Donatello here, shouldn't be impossible for free-to-play players. So 3,700 points. Get the champion. But if you want the relic material, you have to spend more energy. Maybe you don't have it if you're free to play, but you'll definitely get the champion. So if you're free to play with moderate resources, you can get the rare, you can get the epic relic material, and maybe you'll get lucky. But if you want the high-end one, this is for people who pay, which is absolutely fine. Give us the champion, soften the points a little bit so that we can all have the champions. Now we know that the actual end game is souls and relics. Put these a little bit higher up so we can either save for a long time to get one of them, or we can just pay and get them. If you don't want to pay, you will still get the champions and enjoy the game with them. That's one of the things that I really like that they are doing now. One last thing that I wanted to tell you today is that I'm doing the fusion on our giveaway account that's always in the description below. No question today because I'm still preparing this video that will be out soon where you can win the account. But I didn't want you to skip this fusion if you win the account later on because it's a limited time thing. I have the shards, I have the energy, I'm just grinding the fusion on the other account, and that would be my last gift that I'm going to add to the account before giving it to you. The account will be with one of you in a week or 10 days, and then you can grind for the next events because you still have plenty of shards and resources on the account, so you can get them all based on the plan that we talked about today. If you want to support the channel, please click on a couple of other videos on the channel after you're done with this one. Thank you if you're doing so. As always, thank you for stopping by today, and I'll see you next time.